All right, all right, all right, all right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Wow, we've got some folks already on the line. This is Cindy out of Ferguson, Emerald Leader out of Dallas, Texas. Fired up and excited to be with you this evening. So if you've joined us, but you haven't already done so, go ahead and state your name and where you're calling in from.
My name is Jeremy Parker. I'm in Elgin, Texas.
Welcome, welcome, Texas in the house. Who else we got on the line already? Make sure, ladies and gentlemen, you send out your last-minute text messages, Facebook messages, Instagram messages, whatever messages you need to your team so that they're plugged into the information. Ladies and gentlemen, I will say this. Your business is like a car, right? And ever so often your car, loses its alignment. And every Monday evening, we get to plug into this information and get realigned, and so we can continue moving this vehicle forward. So if you are on the line and you haven't already done so, please state your name and where you're calling in from.
Pamela Ferguson, Dallas, Texas.
Hey, Mrs. Ferguson, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Awesome, awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get yourselves seated in a quiet spot. Make sure you have your paper and pen handy. But if you just joined us, please state your name and where you're calling in from.
Juarez and Vivian White, Rocheron, Texas.
Mr. and Mrs. White, welcome, welcome, welcome. Texas in the house. Who else we got on the line this evening?
UK in the house, but I can't speak too loudly.
Okay, Dr. Shayon. I know it's 2 o'clock in the morning, so the UK is in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I just heard somebody else chime in. Who else just joined us?
Hey, Alonda's here from Delaware.
Delaware is in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get comfortable, get your pen and paper. Like I said earlier, look, this business is like your car, right? You need to get your alignment. And every Monday night, we get information that brings us back into alignment so we can keep pressing forward with this mission that we're on. So if you've just joined us, but you haven't already done so, please state your name and where you're calling in from. Welcome, welcome. I see some folks chiming in on the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I know we're going to be broadcasting on Facebook as well. So, hey, ladies and gentlemen, if you just joined us, please state your name and where you're calling in from. Let's go.
Alicia Branch from New Jersey.
Hey, New Jersey in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who else we got joining us? Let's go, let's go. Make sure you're sending out your last minute reminders to your team. Make sure because again, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want your team to miss this information at all. And remember, every Monday night when we're on here, this is like an event. This is the information that you're getting here, ladies and gentlemen. Watch this. People pay hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars to hear from what they consider some of the world-class speakers. But I promise you that the individuals that we have on this Monday night call are world-class as well, and they are worth every penny that you would spend elsewhere. So make sure you remind your team members, make sure you get yourself in a quiet, comfortable spot, make sure you have your paper and your pen handy. But I see a few more people have joined us. If you've joined us but you haven't had a chance to do so, please state your name and where you're calling in from.
Sharif Rashed, Atlanta, Georgia.
Hey, welcome, 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 brother. Good to have you on. Who else just joined us?
Lisa Connor from Charlotte, North Carolina.
North Carolina in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Who else we got joining us?
Janet from New Jersey.
Welcome, New Jersey. Welcome, New Jersey. All right, New Jersey is on it tonight. All right, Texas. I see New Jersey want to give you some competition. Who else we got on the line? Where are you calling in from?
Hey, good evening. Carissa from New Jersey.
Uh-oh, watch out now. New Jersey is represented strong tonight. Welcome, welcome, Carissa. Who else we got out there on the line?
Partner Tracy from Stafford, Texas.
Texas in the house. Welcome, welcome. Who else we got?
Jackie from Virginia.
Oh, Virginia on the line. Welcome, welcome. Who else we got on the line? All right, ladies and gentlemen, take a quick second. Send out your last-minute text messages. Make sure that your team members are plugged in. Again, I use the analogy of a car being in alignment, but also think of your cell phone, right? This important tool that we use for our business. Every so often, the battery gets run down, and we got to plug it in. So every Monday night, we challenge you to plug back in so you can get the information to take not only your business, ladies and gentlemen, but your life to a whole nother level. But hey, it is 8:02 and I don't want to be before you long. So I'm going to go ahead and bring to you the man of the hour. And it's funny because I'm introducing a gentleman that I met over 8 years ago. And I've had the opportunity to watch this young man work and grow. And in the process, take the calling on his life and bless so many people. And 2 years ago, he blessed my wife and I with a phone call. And what makes that very important, ladies and gentlemen, is that when he made the phone call, he had no idea the depths that I had fallen to in my life. And I'm so thankful that he took the time out to consider Pam and I. I'm so thankful that he took the opportunity to share what he had to share. But I also am thankful that he was obedient to the calling on his life. This gentleman has been in the profession for well over 16 years. And in that time, he's built organizations all across the globe, spanning thousands of individuals. Now think about that. That is legacy at its finest, right? A millionaire by the age of 30. Man, if I could turn back to the hands of time. But this young man has been featured in Success from Home magazine. Him and his wife, in our current company, It Works Global, got to the position of presidential diamond in record time, the fastest to ever do it in the history, 19 years of history of the company. But watch this. Not only are him and his wife positioned in the top 100 at number 89, but they've also, mentored and coached another leader who's in the top 200 as well. And what's powerful about what Mr. Wilkins and his wife have done is that they've coached and mentored several people to 5, 6, and beyond figures of earnings. So without further ado, I want to present to some and even introduce to others, those of you that are new, welcome to the broadcast, Mr. Jared Wilkins, my friend, my brother, senior business partner. Are you on the line, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm here. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. Very excited about tonight's mastermind session. Can you see me? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can. Take it away, brother.
Well, I'm excited. First of all, I want to say thank you so much for hosting and really being eager to want to host this call, and not only wanting to host this call, but wanting to serve in a capacity to really serve this team and serve this organization at large. I'm so proud of the development of you and your wife, what you guys are doing, the ranks that you've already been promoted to, and obviously where you're growing to as well. I'm excited about the future of what's taking place. I know we had a conversation earlier, myself, and a text conversation, as it were, but those are conversations now. But we had a conversation earlier, myself, you, and one of our other strategic partners, Sharif. Sharif, I think I see Sharif on here as well. And we were talking about really some of the information we're going to cover tonight. And a lot of times people want to find out where it is that we get these training topics, or where it is that this information comes from. And I'll be candid, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of times when you hear me train or you hear us teach when it comes to our business, and I want you guys to write this down as well. Training doesn't work, but working does train. Write that down and start your notes. Training does not work, but working does train. Now, I'm going to unpack that and really give you a little bit more details to fill into that statement, because I don't want you to run off the train and say, well, I don't need to be trained. He said training doesn't work. That's not what I am saying, or that's not what I mean. What I'm saying to you is this. You've probably heard the mention of, ignorance on fire. How many of us, by show of hands, and this is gonna be interactive, so I need y'all in the chat. I need you talking to me in the chat tonight. I need you taking notes. I need you, come on. If you, if you ain't got rollers in your hair, if you do have rollers in your hair, if you ain't got no hair, I need to see you on the thumbnail. I see your pretty pictures and all that. That's wonderful. But I want to feel like I'm sitting right in front of you. I want this to feel like you and I are talking one-on-one and everybody else is just eavesdropping on us. And I'm laying out exactly and precisely what you need to do to close out the month of September. So if you don't mind, please do me a favor. Just yeah, come on, I see you. Come on, Donita, I see you in the house. Yeah, I see you. Come on, yeah, I see all y'all. Come on to the screen. Yes, you can't lead from the back. I see you, Tracy Fisher's in the house. You cannot lead from the back. You can only lead from the front. And another thing I want you to understand is this. When I say training doesn't work, but working does train, this is a part of what I mean. Never show up to a training. Write this down. Never show up to a training just to be trained. Show up to a training to learn how to teach the training. Write that down. Show up to the training sessions to learn how to teach what it is that you're being trained on. What do I mean by that? Well, when you look at our business, especially for those of you, just for a moment, I want to talk to those of you that want to get to diamond and above. Because you see what the income disclosure statement says. At the diamond level, on average, is about $2,000 a month. Okay, income disclosure statement. For those of you that got it, you can look at it yourself. So I want to talk to those of you that have your sights set on getting to diamond or above. For those of you that want to get to executive and ruby and emerald, I'm going to give you some information as well tonight that's going to really assist you as well. But for those of you that have, you want your PhD, you've got your mind set on getting a PhD. What is a PhD? I need you on camera here. PhD is a person headed for diamond. PhD, person headed for diamond. Okay? Now, when you look at our income disclosure statement, you'll see that it's a very small percent of people that actually get to diamond. If you've got the income disclosure, I don't have it pulled up, Tracy or somebody, one of the leaders, put in the comment what the percentage of active people are that get to diamond inside of It Works. I want us to start here, because here's why I want to base this training. You know, our mastermind sessions that we do these every single Monday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's a mastermind. Okay, in the book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill talks about the power of a mastermind. And the reason why we set this call up for you for Monday is so that you have is 1.49%. Thank you, Carissa. 1.4, write that down, guys, because I'm going to talk about this in a second. Let me give you the purpose for why we've set up this mastermind. We've set up this mastermind so that the thinking that we have, the collective thinking, this is what makes the MBA so different. It is called a collective bargain agreement. But our collective thinking of years of experience, years of success in this profession and in this company, now I can say years because it's been 2 years of experience and success, you get to glean from, okay? That's what wisdom is. Write this down. Wisdom is winning without all the waiting. That's what wisdom is. And so on our mastermind sessions, here's what you can expect. Number one, you can expect myself or one of the 6-figure or 7-figure producers or one of the top producing income earners in our company, on our team, to be training. Many times we'll have other 7-figure earners, $1 million earners inside of It Works come on and train and share their concepts. Last week, how many of you were on the call last week? How many of you heard from the first triple, I think she was the first double, first triple, first presidential, and first ambassador diamond inside of It Works? How many of you were on that call? If you weren't on that call, ladies and gentlemen, get the recording. She laid it out for us. And so that's the purpose of this call. It's not set up because we don't have anything else better to do, okay? It's not set up because I just want to bloviate and talk about our success and what we've done and how we've done it or beat on my, that is, I guarantee you, we get dozens of invites and calls every single month to come and train and teach on different platforms, different companies, and all of those things. This is not why we put this call together. I put the call together, listen, for you in mind. I had you in mind when I said, okay, we're going to commit every single Monday. I don't care if it's Labor Day. I don't care what NBA game is on. It don't matter if it's Martin Luther King Day, Columbus Day. It doesn't matter. Every single Monday, the call is on. You don't have to ask me. You don't have to text me. You don't have to email me. You don't need to pray about it. It's happening every single Monday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's happening. Now, write this down. I told you the purpose of it is for the Mastermind Alliance. But I want you to know this. We are teachers teaching teachers to teach teachers to teach. Tongue twister, isn't it? That's our business. We are teachers that teach teachers to teach teachers to teach. Do you have it? If you got it, put it in the comments, I got it. So you are a teacher. In this business, you become a teacher. That's why I said you show up to these sessions or to these trainings. You show up not just to be trained. I don't want you to be a professional note taker only. No. I want you to show up to the trainings to learn how to teach the training, because at some point you're going to have a training with 5 people that you need to teach. You'll probably start off with one other person you're going to have to teach. Some of you, you're going to have 10 people that you're going to teach, and it's going to go from 10 to 100 to 1,000 people. And you're going to be asked to come on different platforms inside of this company to teach. You know, at the events, it always boggles my mind when people say, oh, I didn't expect to share on the platform. I expect it. I expect it. You see, write this down. What a man or woman wants shows up in their conversation. What a man or woman wants shows up in their conversation. But what they expect shows up in their behavior. That's why I tell you all the time, write this down, put it in the chats. Expectation is the breeding ground for a miracle. Expectation. Many of the leaders will tell you, 2019, you have no idea. I was speaking, it's gonna be big. How many of you remember that? Where I talked about, that's our national anthem. It's going to be big. Ladies and gentlemen, we were producing the smallest amount of volume we've created as a team, as an organization. But guess what the leader was doing? I was speaking and expecting what? Big. I was sharing with the leaders, and I want to, some of you are like, okay, what's the topic of tonight's teaching? The topic of tonight's teaching is plan, do, review. Plan, do, and review. You know, I'm always led by the Holy Spirit and by God, and I'm not ashamed to say that when it comes to these trainings. I don't take it for granted that 10 people show up, or 100, or 50, or 5. The number to me does not matter. Why? Because if you cannot teach 1, you won't be able to teach 10. If you don't have the same passion to teach the 1, you won't be able to have that same passion to teach 10, 100, or 1,000, or 10,000. Last week, they asked me to speak. No, that wasn't last week. That was on the 16th. Yeah, that was last week, Wednesday. They asked me to speak on the IntWorks platform. Do you know we had over 560 odd people on that call? How many of you were on that call? And I taught and trained on some of the things I'm going to teach on tonight. But the same passion I had when it was 560. I have the same passion when it's 53. We had an opportunity Zoom call today. How many of you are on that at 2 p.m. Central? Guys, my passion that we had, I don't know if it was 20 people on that call, on the Zoom especially. I don't know if it was 20 or whatever it was. The same passion I had for 20 will be the same passion I have for 200, 2,000, or 20,000. Why? Write this down. 1 + 1 is not 2 in network marketing. 1 + 1 is 11. And I really want you to get that. When you have learned how to duplicate the business. I'm going to talk about plan, do, and review, closing out September. I told you at the beginning of this month, I said, remember I asked you, will you sell out in September? Are you sold out in September? I talked about this on that call on Wednesday. I told all of the leaders on that call, I said, a faith that has not been tested is a faith that cannot be trusted. Cami Pentecost shared it on our Facebook platform. Why? Because I can tell you as a leader, you're going to be tested. I'm going to talk about this for a moment here because I know, I don't think, and I don't believe, I know you're being tested in the month of September. By show of hands in the comments, if you know and you've been experiencing a test in your business, in your personal life, distance learning, your marriage, your relationship, your business, put in the comments, I'm being tested. Your business is being tested, put in the comments, I'm being tested. See, I want everybody to recognize and understand that they're not alone in the test. I was talking and I got so upset. This is a couple of weeks ago. It's okay to be angry. Bible says, be angry, but sin not. I was so angry. I heard of a buddy of mine. She ran into another friend of mine and she was upset with him. She said, I unfriended y'all. I unfollowed all of us, a group of us. I unfollowed y'all because when I was going through something, none of y'all reached out to me. I said, well, God dog it. You the only person in the earth going through something. I'm sorry, all the rest of us, ain't nobody going through nothing but you. You the only person that life is touching. You the only person that's gained some weight. You the only person whose husband is tripping. You the only person whose wife is acting a plumb monkey. You the only person whose children is doing different things and got you the only person. Ladies and gentlemen, here's the truth. We are all being tested. I love that. Yes, Jim Rose said, the wind blows on us all. I'm being tested. And here's the thing about tests. Remember in school, when you didn't pass a test, remember there were several tests. See, it's not just one test. This business is not just one test. I was talking with Tracy Fisher a few weeks ago, and he asked a great question. He said, why do you think that same challenge, remember Tracy, you asked this, that same challenge keeps showing up? And it hit me straight between my head. And I responded, I said, it's because I failed the test the first time. Some of you are going to repeat the same test until you pass. Shucks. You're not stuck in any level. You're not stuck at any position. You know where you're stuck? You're stuck at a test. You may be stuck on a question on a test. There's several tests that you take in this business to get promoted. In school, there's several tests you take. Sometimes the teacher will let you know when the tests are coming up, and sometimes they'll present you the curriculum, and you'll see that on that curriculum, there are tests that you must take and pass. Now, what happens if you don't pass those tests? You don't get what? Promoted. Oh God, I'm about to get in trouble. Some of us are in summer school. Y'all don't want to hear the truth. I told you, the topic tonight is plan, do, and review. Some of us are in summer school, like I used to have to take. In algebra, I had to take summer school. I had to take what they call remedial classes. Why? Because I didn't pass the test during the regular fall session. Some of you, you're in summer school, and here's the deal with us in our business. You know what many of us do? Is because we haven't passed the test, we start, oh God, here it is. We start blaming the teacher. How many know what I'm talking about? Come on, tell the truth and shame. We'll blame the teacher. Oh, it's the teacher's fault. Oh, it's the principal. Oh, it's the guidance counselor. It's the school. It's the students. It's the cafeteria. We start blaming other things and other people because we haven't passed the test. And the question that we ought to ask ourselves is, did you actually study? Scripture says, study to show thyself approved. Plan, do, and review. I gave you an assignment. See, the first assignment I gave you tonight was to be on camera. That was my first assignment. I said, you got rollers in your hair, be on camera. Some of us were on camera. Congratulations, you're on camera. Because if something happened to my computer, here's how you know you've been studying. If something happened to my computer right now and I got kicked off, could you pick up the training? See, those of us that get freaked out, oh, well, you haven't been studying. See, you haven't been in the mirror practicing training. You haven't sat in front of a living room with your children or maybe your stuffed animals. See, this sounds crazy, I understand. With my stuffed animals in my one-bedroom apartment and giving some of the best trainings I've ever given in my life. Why? I was preparing and studying to take this test. Plan. I was talking with somebody earlier, and we talked about them achieving their goal in the month of September. And I asked them, where are you right now in relation to your goal? So you want to get to Ruby? Ruby is 2,000 in group volume, right? It's how many qualified legs? You're having the structure down, but I was focused on the volume as well. They told me they want to get to Ruby. I said, where are you right now? They said, hold on, let me check. You're not studying. What do you mean, let you check? No, you're not studying. You mean to tell me you've got a goal to get to Ruby, or a goal to get to Emerald, or a goal to get to Diamond, or whatever the goal is, and you don't know where you are today? They came back, told me where they were. I said, great. You are a lot closer to your goal than a lot of other people are to theirs. And I guarantee you they will accomplish theirs because they believe. And you can accomplish yours if you believe. And I charted it out with them. I said, listen, here's what the difference of volume is. Here's the amount of days left in the month. If we're doing this amount of volume per day, you'll get to this goal. That's done. Oh, will you pass this test? So you know what most people do when they don't pass the test? They blame the teacher. They blame the school. And watch this. They transfer. They transfer schools. How many of us know some people that have done it? They transfer. They leave the It Works company. They go somewhere else. They leave this team to go to that team. They leave this mentor to go to that mentor. They leave this coach to go to that coach. And I'm not demonizing it. All I'm asking you is, because I've done the same thing, all I'm asking you tonight is, did you study to teach? I'm just asking, is there a possibility? I don't know for a fact, but is there a possibility that you haven't passed the test? Maybe. I'm not saying this is the case, but maybe you haven't really studied. No, I know you've attended. I know you've attended class. But the truth of the matter is, many of us know folks that attend school or attend class, but they got the hall pass. Remember the hall pass we used to get in high school and whatnot? You get the hall pass and you go roam. Come on, Jared, tell the truth. I would get the hall pass. I'm supposed to be in the bathroom with my little hall pass, my restroom pass, but I'm downstairs in the cafeteria hanging out with my friends. It was this big. I went to Elsig High School in Houston, Texas, and they'll give us these hall passes, big blue Ram hall passes. I had figured out how to take the hall pass, have it on, and it was a big 5A school, so I would walk down the hallway. The restroom's right there to the right. I would go left. Why would I go left? Because left is where the stairs were that I would take down to get to the cafeteria to go hang out. And I would tuck, here it is, I would tuck my pass in my shirt. So it looked like I belonged in the cafeteria. Watch this, because nobody was checking for me. And many of us, I'm coming around the mountain, here I come. We have left class. You went to class. If we look at the attendance, you're on the road. You're taking all the trainings. You're on everybody's training call. You're doing all. You're there. You're on social, posting, liking, comment. You're there. But the truth is, you've got a hall pass because you don't know where your volume is right now. You've got a hall pass. You don't have your 6 loyal customers active. You've got a hall pass. You're downstairs in the cafeteria goofing off. You've got a hall pass because you're not really, you have no calls. You have no conference calls, no Zoom calls booked for the week. You've got a hall pass. You have no host-to-post going up. You've got a hall pass. You're downstairs. You have no 3-way calls you've done for the week or set up. You've got a hall pass. You haven't enrolled a new distributor in the last 90 days. You've got a hall pass. You are downstairs in the cafeteria. Like I was. And my question for you is this. When is graduation day? Because there's always graduation day. Are you going to walk across the stage summa cum laude? Come on, what's the rest of them? I know summa cum laude and is it cum laude? Thank you, laude, whatever it is. Are you going to walk across the stage and graduate finally? Or are you going to be downstairs in the cafeteria with the rest of the people that have a hall pass? See, tonight is Plan, Do, and Review. I told you I was having a conversation, and that stemmed this mastermind session tonight. Because, and it works, I told you there are a series of tests. You heard in my introduction that when we got started September 2018, my wife and I, with It Works, September 2nd, 2018, we actually enrolled into the business. And that's when we launched. You heard in my introduction, we promoted to Presidential Diamond, the fastest that I'm aware of, and especially in North America, without, you know, I don't, that's what they told me, unless corporate has told me, you know, got something else going on that I don't know about. That you guys are the fastest to get promoted to presidential. We, not I, we, not I, we, not I, we, not I, we got promoted to presidential in our first 60 days. Why do I say we? Nothing great is accomplished individually. This is a team sport. For those of you that watch basketball, you saw the Lakers last night. Anthony Davis hit the game-winning shot to send the series to 2-0 in the Western Conference Finals. Watch this. He hit a three-pointer to win the game. They won by, I think, 1 point, was it, Tracy? They won by 1 point or 1 point. But watch this. How do I know it's a team sport? The score wasn't 3-0 final. Shucks. That means there were other points put on the board by other players. Point number 2 on this is Anthony Davis was passed the ball. In a team sport, you cannot pass yourself the ball. Somebody at least got to get an assist. Somebody at least has to give you the ball for you to shoot. But at the end of the day, you still have to shoot the ball. Come on, let me come out of that analogy. Y'all will fill in the hall pass. The basketball has got you crossed out and confused. We got to presidential our first 60 days. I would be unashamedly and unbashfully impressive if I left the story there. I was sharing with some leaders earlier today more of that story. Because the purpose of your story, I want you to write this down. The purpose of your story, the reason why you have to pass this test, the reason why I'm asking you to put away your hall pass and get back into class and be a good student and study so you can be a great teacher is because your story is not just about you. The purpose of your story is to distract, to dispute, and to inspire other people. Write it down, please. The purpose of your story is to distract people from the mental myopias that they will find themselves in. It is to distract them from that because you don't live life as it is. You live life as you are. When you have a story and you share it, it distracts people from the low money that they have in their account. When you share your story, it distracts them from maybe the inadequacies that they believe they have or the lack of experience that they believe they have. You share your story to distract, to dispute them from the negative beliefs that they have about themselves of, I'm not good enough, or I'm not worthy, or I'm not a good salesperson, or I can't do this, I don't know social media, or I'm always going to be overweight, or I'm not the right skin color, I don't have the right political views, or I'm not a this, I'm not a that, I'm not the right age, I'm not the right shape, I'm not the right color. See, that's what happens when you share your story and you inspire. You inspire people through your story to believe much bigger, much faster. How many of you like stories? Let me share a little bit more about this story here, and I'm going to show you something real quickly here. We got promoted. First 60 days. Presidential. Boom. Hit it out the gate, folks. Oh, my God. Can you get on everybody? Can you get on my call? Can you get on my team training? Come share what you guys do. I mean, the calls all over the world when it comes to it works. Every ambassador, I mean, they're all of calling. Oh my gosh, we've never seen this happen. Come talk to us about this. And we did. And we were requalifying every single month until April 2019. We hit the wall. We hit the wall in our belief. Not we. See, now, as a leader means I take personal responsibility when things go wrong. Wasn't Coach Juarez's fault. Wasn't Tracy Fisher's fault. No. Wasn't any of these leaders' faults. Jared Wilkins, hit the wall. It wasn't Donita Ferguson's fault. No, I hit the wall. My belief hit the wall. And what you got to realize is what impacts your belief. I'll talk about that in a second. April 2019, hit the wall. Then our business or my belief started going down. Your business goes in the direction of your belief. Write it down. Your business goes in the direction of your belief. When your belief is down, it's only a matter of time before your numbers are what? Down. A lot of people, when they look in the back office, oh my God, I coach leaders all the time. Oh, my business is down, and oh man, my numbers are down, my enrollment numbers are down, my volume's down, my check is down. And I tell them, don't check the back office, check the front office. You're looking at the wrong reports. Your business goes in the direction of your belief. My belief went down, my business went down. July 2019. July when? 2019. We were requalifying as double diamonds. Shucks. Come on, Mr. Know-it-all, Mr. Motivator. Come on, Mr. You got it all figured out. Come on, Mr. 60-day presidential diamond. Come on, you promoted all these diamonds, this, that, and the other. Why are you requalifying as a double diamond? Jared, you're a multiple seven-figure earner in network marketing. Jared, you are an eloquent speaker. You've been around this a long time. How are you requalifying as a double diamond? You? It's because I had my hall pass. And I walked downstairs to the cafeteria to hang out. Sure, I was still enrolled. Sure, I was still present. But I wasn't building. My belief was in shambles. And some of you in the month of September, if we're being honest, your belief is being tested. Some of you in the month of September, your belief about yourself, your belief about the business, your belief about these products, your belief is being tested. And write this down. T. Harv Eker said this a long time ago. How you do anything is how you do everything. How you do anything is how you do everything. You're a horrible husband. Typically, you're a horrible father. You're a horrible business person because principles show up in every area of your life. You're late to pick up your kids. That means you're late to conference calls. Shucks. All right, you don't want to hear the truth tonight. It's a mastermind session. I'm telling you the truth tonight. Jim Rohn says the truth is incontrovertible. Malice may attack it, ignorance may deride it, but in the end, there it is. Truth. Requalified at double diamond. Watch this. I stayed in the sunken place of blame, anger, negative emotions for 7 long, tedious, grueling months. 7 months failing the test. 7 months failing with my language. 7 months failing with my words. 7 months my attitude was wrong. 7 months dishonorable. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, when you're in the military, they ask you when you leave, were you honorably discharged or dishonorably discharged? 7 months. I'm talking about me now for a moment. See, I'm going to use my life as an example versus a warning. My question for you tonight is, when we look at your It Works life, we look at your life as a totality, we look at your business and your leadership, are we going to see an example to follow or a warning to avoid? Seven months. January 2020. That's why I don't take events lightly. Came to an event. I came to a what? An event. This call is an event. I don't miss events because events have the ability to impact your belief. Events, everything you have in life or everything that you believe in life is because a circumstance or an event happened or took place. Events impact your belief. The reason why the guy only believes he can make 50 grand a year is because the events in his life have shown him that's what he's qualified to earn. The reason why the young lady only believes she can make 50,000 a year, the events in her life says this is where you belong. But oh, if you can get into an environment where $50,000 a month is an event you keep hearing about, that's what can change. When I'm talking to my friends in my close mastermind session and they show me $50,000 weeks and $50,000 days, my belief shifts. When they show me, bro, you haven't arrived. What you made last year, I made last week. I get fired up. We've got to assist more people. I've got to develop more people. I've got to develop as a leader. They're saying, Jared, why are you guys still flying commercial? You still fly Southwest Airlines? You're still flying Delta? No, you need to be on a private plane with us. Let me show you what that feels like. It's a different experience. There's no TSA. Then on the private plane, they're not saying, hey, where's your mask? No, you pull up. You get out your car. They pull you up right to the stairs. You don't have to walk and park and get on the trolley and have, no. You pull up. The driver drops you off. You get on the plane and you say, I'm ready to go. Oh my God, what an experience. Now some of you, oh, Jared, that's just superficial. Oh no, guys, I'm telling you, you deserve to know what it feels like and have the experience, watch this, of paying your yearly bills next month. Shucks, think about that for a moment. Your yearly bills, you have an account for your yearly bills, and you don't have to write checks anymore. You push a button and your yearly bills were paid. Next month, you push a button, all your bills for the year paid. Come on, somebody. Are you listening to me tonight? That's living life, as Mark Pentecost would say, at a whole nother level. He's done it. How do you think he got a 5,000-acre ranch, 100-acre island, a private plane, private helicopter? Are you listening to me? See, I don't get on their calls. No, I'm gonna be there. You got to see that. I keep showing up to learn. I don't have a model. I'm showing up to learn so I can teach it. Are you listening to me tonight? And so now 7 months, I decide at conference. I won't tell you the choice words I used because I talk to myself a little bit differently sometimes. It's not always, scriptures, roses, and Hallmark cards that I use. Sometimes you got to talk to yourself the way you hear. And I said, oh, no more. We getting out of this. God, we getting out of this. I felt like Samson felt. What did Samson pray? He said, Lord, give me my strength back just one more time. Oh, God. Give me my strength back just one more time. I put myself here. I'm the one told Delilah where my strength was and she cut my hair. I'm not blaming nobody else. He said they've now defeated me and I gave them the scissors to cut myself. It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. It's not my mom, it's not my dad, it's me. It ain't my team. It ain't my leaders. It ain't the company. It's me. I'm the one messed up. I'm the one did it. And here I am. Here he was sitting on the floor. been spit on and talked about, ridiculed, no hair, and no eyes. Helen Keller said, I'd rather be blind than to have sight with no vision. And his prayer was, give me my strength back just one more time. It's fervent, not long, not sophisticated, but sincere. A sincere one. Because I'm telling you, plan, this is the do part. I'm reviewing it with you now. I'm reviewing it with you now. Remember, I told you the topic is plan, do, review. I'm reviewing with you now. I came to conference. Broken, came to conference. No hair, no strength. Came to conference, no belief. Came to conference. Came to the event. I heard what I needed to hear. I saw what I needed to see. But most importantly, I felt what I needed to feel. February, we requalified. February and March, we requalified. Triple. Not celebrated. You got to celebrate the wins. Now watch this. Nobody knew. Nobody knew what I was growing through. Why? Write this down. Defeat has a look, but victory has a sound. Defeat may have a look, but victory has a sound. Nobody ought to know. The world should not have to know what you're growing through. It's none of their business. Too many of us are sharing our growing pains with the world. Too many of us are posting our growing pains with the world. 80% don't care and 20% are glad it's you. I'm not sharing that until I come out of it. There are things I'm growing through right now. I'm not sharing it until I come out of it. Why? Because if you share it before you come out of it, you are complaining about it. When you share it after you come out of it, you're testifying about it. And there can be no testimony without a test. April 2020, we regained presidential. Ain't got good. April 2019, we lost it. April 2020, we regained it. Oh God, there's a word right there. I told you, set a goal to be in the business a year from now. How many of you ever heard me tell you that? Set a goal to be in the business a year from now. April 2019, we lost it. But write this down. Loss is the seed for restoration. And when your life, come on, Charles Perry, has been restored, you shall have double. April, we regained it. And let me tell you this, and I don't say this braggingly, I'm just testifying. Now, where we are in the business, is by the second week we've requalified presidential. What we couldn't do on our own, through the grace of God, by the second week of every month that we requalify presidential, we've been structured as a team for ambassadors since June of this year. Why? Because we plan, we do, and we review. What changed? My belief changed. What changed? My attitude changed. My activity changed. People ask me, well, what do you do? You know, I'm still doing the same work. I'm showing up. I'm posting. I'm promoting. I'm calling. I'm texting. I'm inboxing. All of the methods. Tonight's training, I'm not going to talk about the methods. One of the things I will show you real quickly, though, is the methods that I've used. Now, I was talking with some leaders. Tell me if you guys can see this screen here. Hopefully you can. Let me make sure you guys can you see my screen, Coach Juarez? All right. You see on our team page, the systemthatpays.com, people ask us all the time, well, what's the strategy? What's the method? Should I use online or offline or host a post or three-way, all of that? I want to show you something. You click where it says start here. Okay? You click that. And here's what you'll see. Our system, proven to develop and deploy global world-class organizations. You go through this. Step one, become a product of the product. I won't train on this tonight. Let me just kind of give you an overview. This is all I do. You can walk through this after this training tonight. Step one. Step two, talks about building a list. Step three, exposing that list. Okay, sip and shares or Zoom meetings. Okay, this is what I do. This is my methodology. Step four, plug into the system. Weekly trainings, briefings, fit camps, all of the green cup, all of this stuff is still here. Go Ruby. See, it's all on the site. See, all of the information, all of the training is here. But that's why I say training doesn't work, but working does train. Ladies and gentlemen, what we are doing for September, what you are going to accomplish this month, it's going to be unprecedented. We're going to have another mastermind on the 28th. See, today is the 21st. Summer camp is coming. Make sure you get your tickets for summer camp. Somebody just put that in the chats. Get your tickets for summer camp. Why? It's an event. Okay? It's an event. But here's what I will tell you. You're going to have to pass the test this month. Because if you don't, you have to repeat it in October or November. Even if you transfer, you still got to take the test. See, notice when you transfer, they still keep you in the same grade. Shucks. Oh, God. Even when you transfer, they still keep you in the same grade. Some of you, you've transferred, you're still making the same money, you're still producing the same type of volume, because you still got to pass the test. And I'm telling you, in the month of September, they want your transcripts. What transcripts? Which one? Those, www.thesystemthatpays.com, thesystemthatpays.com, that's all on there. History. What history? I'm reading the chats. Pam Ferguson says they want the transcript of history. Okay. Drinking these old super reds. Yeah. So now, September, what are the marching orders? What are you going to do this week? This week here. So we've got Monday. That's in the books now. Okay. If you got contacts on the West Coast, it's still early. Folks in Vegas, folks in California, it's still early. And they on lockdown, so they can't do nothing no way. Call them, text them, inbox them. Okay. Some of these other markets were opened in internationally. Guess what? Reach out to them. But here we go. You got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all the way up until next Monday. What are you going to do to pass the test this week? How many new people are you going to expose to your business? What's your goal this week in terms of enrollments? What's your promotion goal? Are you promoting to exact? Where are you promoting this month? Maybe your goal is I gotta requalify. I didn't set a goal for ambassador. When I was at Double Diamond, I set a goal to get to triple. After I got to triple, I set a goal to get to presidential. After I got to presidential, I set a goal to get to ambassador. And watch this. Nobody knew it. Why? They don't care about my personal goal. People care about their goals. I didn't make it about them. I didn't make it about me. I made it and always make it about we. What's your goal for the month? Zig Ziglar says, if you help enough people get what they want, you can have everything that you want. Now, let me caution those of you, oh, let me go help people. Let me just go help them. You got to help those that want to help themselves. Are you listening to me? You got to help those that want to help themselves. We can partner together to assist you with getting your goal accomplished. See, if you want to get to Ruby, help some people get started as loyal customers. Help people get promoted to Star Achiever. Those of you on our team, you know what that means. They got their first 6 loyal customers in their first 30 days. Help some people get started in the business. Help some people by doing a presentation. Help somebody by doing a 3-way call. Help somebody by doing a game planning session. That's how you get your goal accomplished this week and this month. Help enough people get what they want. You can have everything that you want. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our training for tonight. That's our teaching for tonight. Hopefully you got something out of it. If you got something out of it, put it in the chat, what you got out of it and what you're going to apply this week. What are you going to apply to your business this week to take your business and your belief up? I shared with a friend the other day. I told him, you hear about God or you're introduced to God on your way up, but you meet him on your way down. Are you listening to me? You experience and encounter him on your way down. It is in the valley that we begin to see and we begin to hear. Your business, yes, that's right, goes in the direction of your belief. Always build your belief. This is a good week to build it. How do I build my belief? Words, images, emotions. Words, what am I listening to? What am I reading? What am I hearing? Images, what am I seeing? Are my goals in front of me? Do I have my goals in front of me? My index card of what I want? Pictures of what I want in front of me so I can see what's in front of me gets inside of me. Keep in front of me what I want inside of me. Those experiences, that's why I tell leaders, go drive the car, go test drive the car, put on your mask, they're open. Go walk that house, put on your mask, go tour that house. See, you gotta give yourself the experience, the corny stuff, the cheesy stuff. Yeah, you gotta do all of that. Otherwise, I promise you, you'll keep living your existing reality versus your desired future. Words, images, emotion. Give yourself that emotional impact. Get around a leader this week, somebody that is, take them to lunch. Hey, can we go to lunch this week? Get in front of them. Some of you, whatever market you're in, I'm telling you, it's nothing like having lunch, breaking bread with some people that have what it is that you want. In this business, find who can I go to lunch? Guys, I do it to this day. Whenever my belief tank is starting to, I need a refuel. I got to get around some people, give myself that experience, give myself that jolt of belief so I can take my business to a whole nother level. Thank y'all so much for being on the call tonight. We'll be back Monday, the 28th, for another edition of our Monday Mastermind session. Appreciate it. Be sure to share this information. The replay of this broadcast will be made available on the team website. God bless you. God bless your families, and God most certainly bless your dreams. Good night, everybody.